Hey guys, if you're looking for beat-em-up games to play with friends, you've come to the right place. I'm Matthew, and we're starting the list with Streets of Rage 4, a perfect example of how to revitalize a classic franchise without losing its original spirit. It maintains that retro 90s vibe, but with beautifully hand-drawn graphics, fluid gameplay, and a soundtrack that blends nostalgia and modernity. It's the kind of game that hooks you from the first match and makes you want to play just one more stage with your friends. Each character brings their own fighting style, which makes the co-op even more fun. Axel and Blaze remain legendary, but characters like Cherry and Floyd add variety and different strategies. You can spend hours testing combinations and creating coordinated plays in pairs or quartets. The level design is also a highlight, with stages that always bring surprises and bosses that require more than just button mashing. The difficulty is well adjusted, but on the highest setting, the game becomes a true test of teamwork. Whether on the couch or online, Streets of Rage 4 is a must-have for any beat-em-up fan in 2025. It's guaranteed fun, with that arcade taste that never gets old. Shredder's Revenge is pure nostalgia with a modern twist. The game perfectly captures the spirit of the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 90s, but delivers polished gameplay full of new features. Here, the fighting is frantic, and the franchise's humor is present from start to finish. Co-op is the highlight, allowing up to 6 players simultaneously. This means the screen can become a real chaos of blows, enemies, and inside jokes between friends. Each turtle has unique abilities, and extra characters like April O'Neil and Casey Jones add even more variety to the team. The pixel art visuals are a show in themselves, with fluid animations and scenarios full of references for the most attentive fans. The soundtrack is also sensational, with songs that stick in your head and reinforce the atmosphere of relaxed action. Shredder's Revenge is that game that works both for those who grew up watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and for new players. It's a perfect cooperative beat-em-up for long sessions of fun with friends. River City Girls 2 takes everything that was good about the first game and elevates it to the next level. With more playable characters, new areas to explore, and an even deeper combat system, it is one of the most charismatic cooperative experiences you can find today. Humor is a trademark, with fun dialogues and a narrative that doesn't take itself seriously. Playing in pairs makes the experience even better, as the protagonists and their allies exchange jokes and unique reactions during fights. In addition to the traditional walk-and-hit stages, the game offers a semi-open world to explore, with side quests and upgrades to make the characters stronger. This gives a different rhythm to the classic beat-em-up, keeping the player engaged for longer. If you want a game that mixes fighting, style, and a lot of charisma, River City Girls 2 is a sure choice for 2025. Fight and Rage is one of the best examples of a modern beat-em-up inspired by the classics. With 90s pixel art visuals and fast gameplay, it mixes intense fighting with a huge variety of combos and special moves. It's that game that seems simple at first glance, but reveals surprising depth as you play. Local co-op for up to 3 players is the star here, allowing devastating attack combinations. In addition, the game is full of story branches, multiple endings, and alternative bosses, which guarantees a very high replay factor. Playing with friends and exploring different paths keeps everything always fresh. Combat is extremely responsive, with dodges, counterattacks, and even the possibility of throwing enemies at each other. This fluidity transforms each battle into something unique, especially when the team is well synchronized. Fight and Rage is for those who want non-stop action, but also like to master mechanics and improve with each game. It's addictive, challenging, and perfect for respectable co-op sessions. Castle Crashers is practically a modern multiplayer classic, mixing fighting, bizarre humor, and a touch of RPG. The Behemoth's game is perfect for playing with friends and having a good laugh. The remastered version brings sharper graphics and improved performance, maintaining all the original charm. Co-op for up to 4 players is chaotic in the best possible way. You'll face hordes of enemies, giant bosses, and absurd situations that become instant inside jokes. In addition, the progression and skill system makes you want to replay to test new combinations. One of the most fun differentials is that in some phases, friends become rivals, competing to see who wins the princess's heart. These moments add a special flavor to the co-op, creating that mixture of partnership and healthy competition. Castle Crashers Remastered continues to be one of the most accessible and fun options for those who want a light, funny, and addictive beat-em-up. In 2025, it's still a sure bet. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is practically a love letter to retro games and pop culture. Based on the comic and the movie, the game combines vibrant pixel art, an incredible soundtrack, and combat that harkens back to classic beat-em-ups, but with its own personality. Co-op is essential here, allowing up to 4 players to join forces against evil ex-boyfriends in stylish battles. Each character has their own upgrade tree, and progress is felt with each fight won. Playing in a group is much more fun, especially when everyone combines attacks and protects each other. The complete edition brought all the DLCs and extra characters, as well as features like online multiplayer, something that was missing in the original version. This means it's now much easier to get the gang together, even from a distance. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is a package full of charm, good music, and first-rate cooperative action. Ideal for those who like beat-em-ups with a strong identity and unique style. Guardian Heroes is a cult classic from the Sega Saturn era that gained a new life in the HD remake. It stands out for mixing the beat-em-up style with RPG elements and a combat system on multiple planes, allowing players to alternate between different layers of the scenario to create unique strategies. The cooperative mode is pure gold, mainly because of the variety of playable characters, each with very different abilities. Playing with friends is even more fun when you combine attacks and explore the multiple routes that the game offers, resulting in different endings. The remake's visuals maintain the charm of the original, but with sharper sprites and vibrant colors. The gameplay has aged well, and even in 2025 it is still satisfying, especially for those looking for something out of the ordinary. Guardian Heroes is not just a beat-em-up. It's a unique experience that mixes action, branched narrative, and quality co-op. It's a must-have for any fan of the genre who wants to get out of the obvious. Streets of Red is a love letter to arcade games and horror movies from the 80s and 90s. With dark pixel art visuals and a risk and reward system, it brings a different approach to the genre, since here death is permanent. Losing all lives means starting all over again. The cooperative mode is a show in itself, allowing up to 4 players to face hordes of monsters inspired by cinema and game classics. The tension increases when a friend is about to die and everyone needs to come together to keep him alive. Combat is simple to learn but difficult to master, and the money collected during the stages is used to buy upgrades or revive allies, creating strategic decisions in the heat of battle. This makes each game unique, especially in a group. Streets of Red is ideal for those who want something more challenging, and with a different atmosphere from the more colorful beat-em-ups. Here, cooperation is essential to survive. Dragon's Crown Pro is one of those beat-em-ups that impress from the first minute, with hand-painted graphics in the Vanillaware style and a fantastic medieval atmosphere. It combines classic walk-and-hit combat with RPG elements, such as character progression, loot, and quests, creating a richer experience than the typical game of the genre. The cooperative mode is the highlight, allowing up to 4 players to join forces either locally or online. Each class, such as Fighter, Amazon, Wizard, Sorceress, Dwarf, and Elf, has unique abilities and different roles, which encourages real cooperation and the exchange of strategies between players. Assembling a balanced team makes all the difference in the most difficult battles. Combat is fast, responsive, and full of impressive visual effects. The variety of enemies and bosses keeps each stage exciting, and the loot system creates that addiction of just one more mission to get better equipment. In addition, the game is generous in content, with many hours of campaign and alternative routes. Dragon's Crown Pro is perfect to close this list. Incredible visuals, deep gameplay, and addictive co-op. In 2025, it is still one of the best options for those who want to beat 'em up with personality and a lot of content to play with friends.
Let's do this.
Here they come. I'll stop them. Here! Go!
Pesky gnats. How bothersome.
Mother Russia Bleeds is brutal, visceral, and definitely not for the faint of heart. Set in an alternative Soviet Union, the game mixes explicit violence, a dirty aesthetic, and extremely intense combat. The cooperative for up to 4 players is perfect to enjoy the chaos that the game offers. The fights are fast and bloody, and the possibility of using drugs to recover energy or gain temporary abilities adds an interesting tactical layer. The visual style is pixel art, but with an impressive level of detail, especially in the animations of blows and in the design of the enemies. The heavy electronic soundtrack completes the oppressive and intense atmosphere. Mother Russia Bleeds is for those who want an adult beat-em-up with heavy themes and sharp gameplay. Playing with friends makes the experience even more insane, whether due to the difficulty or the visual shock. Now I want to know, which of these beat-em-ups have you played or intend to play in 2025? And of course, if there was one left out that you think deserved to be on the list, comment there that I can bring a part 2.